What's up, everybody? It's LD Hagans, and welcome to my first installment of hashtag Celtics Stories. Celtics Stories. The reason why I created the hashtag Celtics Stories is because I wanted to give a voice to people around the city, fans, players in other leagues, people visiting from other countries, whatever. If you've had an experience with a former Celtic, a current Celtic, coach, anything, and it has nothing to do with basketball, the regular human being things, I want you to tell your story in hashtag Celtics Stories, because it is really, truly amazing the relationship that the community has with in my city, Boston, with some of the Celtic players. I have one story I'm going to tell about how I unofficially met Jaylen Brown before, but this one goes way back to the actual One Boston day, the day that the Tsarnaev brothers used improvised explosive devices to interrupt the Boston Marathon. You would be shocked, the first person that gave me the news. I wasn't on my phone. I didn't hear it from David Muir at ABC. I didn't hear it online. I was in downtown Crossing, and I come out of the subway station and was walking up to Tremont Street, and I saw the gold dome of the State House, and I took a left. I was headed to H&R Block to do my taxes. Across the street, I saw Cedric Maxwell, and his face, he was disturbed. He wasn't disheveled, but there was certainly a distraught in his eyes, a distress in his eyes. He was distraught. And I wasn't going to walk over because working at State Street headquarters, I know sometimes let the driver work with their individual. You don't always walk up to somebody. And it looked like maybe he was waiting for his driver to pull up to come grab him. But unfortunately, and fortunately at the same time, I had to move. I ran across the street and I went towards him because I was emotionally connected. Why? Because not only do I remember him being around us during the 90s, around WILD radio with Coach Willie May and JoJo White and Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce and all the guys, they were around all the time. But I also, at the time, on this day, the actual One Boston day, when the marathon was bombed, I had been singing in a gospel group called New Birth with his daughter, Shamika. And by the way, sir, how grounded, how wonderfully grounded that individual is, your daughter. And I don't even have to tell you how beautiful she is on the outside. Sir, job well done. What a beautiful, compassionate human being Shamika Maxwell is. So she's probably married and everything. I haven't seen her in a long time. But God bless your family, sir. So anyways, he said, they just bombed the marathon. I said, what? Cedric Maxwell told me they just blew up bombs at the Boston Marathon. And this is why I wanted to do the Celtics Stories, because this probably should be the first installment for Cedric Maxwell to put into the Celtics Stories. The community relationship. This is what he told me. Max told me in that second. He said, but you, why I'm flustered, what the people had done. He told me, and y'all can ask him. I don't talk to Max. I don't have the liberty of being around Jaylen and all of them all the time. Big shout out to Josue Pavone. You guys are doing really good on that. How about them Celtics and podcasting? Good job with that. But this is what happened. Regular people whose lives were also in danger as these bombs were going off turned into Secret Service agents and lifted Max and shoved him into a Nordstrom's rack for protection. The fans, they had a genuine love and a genuine compassion for this Celtic former player. Nothing to do with basketball. This is human beings interacting. So when people say, oh, why does Liddell make comments on social networks? Why do you say this? You have no idea how I've interacted with these people. You have no idea. And even if you're like a Jaylen Brown and a Jason Tatum and your families are like, why is this guy posting about us? Why is he talking about us? Because I've been promoting your team since before you were born. And now you're a part of it. This is a part of our family. This is the fabric of Boston. This is Titletown.